Hey, all of you out there in Eorzea, welcome to She Heals I Tank, your weekly Final Fantasy XIV podcast today, Friday, June 19th, and this is episode 222 of the Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Vegan Pete, and always by my side is the Amazeballs.
Hey guys, Ale here. How you doing?
Did you think I'd run out of words to describe or to introduce you as by this point?
I figured they'd just get worse.
But have they?
Yes.
How have they gotten worse? How is Amazeballs any worse than lovely?
I mean, usually...
That's right, it's not.
Women don't really want to be referred to as balls. But you know.
But the balls are the tits.
No, the balls are the balls. The tits are the tits. If someone's like, if you say balls, it sucks. If you say it's the tits, it's awesome.
But if you say Amazeballs, those balls are nice and shiny and firm.
But I'm a girl, so I'm not ball. I don't know.
That's a whole nother podcast episode we could do. But thank you for being here, as always, my Amazeballs, Avi.
Yeah, I like that one.
A big
I like that one.
Thank you to everyone joining us here live at twitch.tv/SheHealsITank. If you've never joined us live, I think you should give it a try. You might like it. Think you'll have a good time. But we understand.
He says that about a lot of things, though.
We understand it's hard to join us live. So thank you to everyone that continues to download the podcast or watch on YouTube. However you consume your shit, we love it.
That's disgusting.
It's not even the first time I've said that.
Yeah, okay, it's true.
But for those of you that do join us, we really appreciate you subbing as well. So let's shout out our subs from last week. We got Batkid for 2 months, who also gifted 2 subs.
Aww.
One of the recipients of that is Dana Timkin, who got 2 months of subbing via gift. Physics Dude 1 for 3 months. Paul Middle Mace 3 months, also a gift sub. LaRosia 4 months. Alishant 4 months. Spacecraft 0514, Naderade 19, and Will Duran all 5 months. Ghost Wolf Rage 7 months. Disco Cub 8 months. Connolly 8 months. Awesome Austin at 10 months. Jessa 14 months. And Hyper Pixie Gaming 19 months.
You feeling okay? A lot of pauses in there.
I got the beer burps again.
Did you just have that last week?
Thank you all so much. A lot of those are Twitch Prime subs, so don't forget, if you do have Twitch Prime, you do get a free Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch Prime sub to use every month. You don't have to use it on us, just make sure you use it, and it runs out. It doesn't renew automatically.
Yep.
So if you gave it to your favorite streamer last month and you haven't done it this month, you gotta do it again.
Freaking cat.
Our cat is fucking dumb right now.
He's in the mode where negative attention is still attention, and so he's running across the desk. He was actually just stepping on my audio cord, so the whole thing, I thought everything was going to get cut out just now, so I started laughing. So yeah, Buscemi, his appearance for the day.
And thank you all. We are going to be getting started with everyone's favorite segment,
Greenleaf Minute.
It's the Greenleaf Minute, and Avi, you did some research today for this one.
Yeah, hopefully it's all correct, because this is actually, this is information that, again, you're super familiar with, but when you try to look it up online to get clarification, there actually isn't a lot of information on it. Sorry, chat, KK saw, I was taking a sip of my drink right when Pete did the setup for me to do the sing. I feel like he did time that kind of intentionally.
So you gotta come watch us live so you can see that golden nugget.
So many poop jokes today. All right, so this week's segment is actually going to focus on teleporting. In 4.0, teleportation fees actually were capped at 999 gil, which is even for interdimensional travel, like between the source and the first. Because honestly, before they capped that, we were starting to get a little worried, like how high are they going to let these things go?
They should have let it get to 10 grand.
It seemed like it was just going to keep going and going and going. So all you newbies who didn't know that, be grateful.
All you noobs.
It was amazing when they did that. We're like, thank God, I was going to get poor. Or people who've been playing for a while didn't know that. Did you also know that the travel fee is halved for city-states and favored destinations can further reduce those fees through the use of, and those fees can be further reduced through the use of FC actions. So you can have don't, unless you want to make it really cheap, generally don't set one of the main 3 city-states as a favored destination because their teleportation is already cheaper. So you want to go for ones like Idleshire or Kugane or any of the city-states that are like the bigger but further away ones. That's that way. So you can currently have up to 5 favored destination. So what a favored destination is it means that teleporting to that location is halved. So it'll be when you're really far away from it and it's at that 999 mark, it's only going to be 499. So, which is, of course, I know
50% off.
I know it's like not exactly 50%, but you guys just work with it.
Ukatron says, noob here. I love yous.
Oh, thank you. So the game comes standard with 3 favored destinations. And I do want to just say, by the way, guys, when I logged in today and I was like, okay, let me confirm all of this and make sure it works and I can explain how to do a favored destination, I realized that I'd actually only set up 2 because I don't know. I just only set up 2. So this was like a legit Greenleaf moment for me. Like, holy shit, I can have 2 more favorite destinations.
What do you remember what they were? Your original 2?
Yulmore and Crystarium.
Oh. I was surprised that one of... How'd you set up Yulmore and it didn't give you the third one?
What do you mean it didn't give me?
Like, did you only have 1 before Yulmore? Because Yulmore is Shadowbringers.
I didn't have any before Shadowbringers. I actually didn't set up favorite destinations until Shadowbringers. So, yeah.
What?
I know. I didn't know about it. Because this is a Greenleaf segment that if it had been brought up earlier, we would have definitely talked about it earlier, but I personally didn't know about it until like later. So it's obviously, KK says that's why I'm so poor. No, I'm poor because I like clothes. So again, the game comes standard with 3 favorite destinations. And so you get a 4th one granted when you download the companion app to your smart device and link it with your character, your account. You can also access a 5th one, which is also known as the free destination when you're looking at the Aether Crystal, the Aetherite, sorry. And you get that one by linking the security token with your account. So that's how you get that 5th one, which I have not done because there were some errors with the security token going on for a while. So it kind of scared me off.
I feel like it's like if you need that all the time to log on, I would lose that fob so quickly.
That's fair. So to set a place as a favored destination, all you have to do is travel to the Aetherite you want to favor, right-click it, and set as favored destination. Super, super simple. If you already have the maximum number available to you, then it's not going to like override what you've already got. It actually prompts you and allows you to select which one of your favored locations you'd like to override. Also, since this is a little conversation about teleportation, don't forget about your home point, which is like your free return to the Aetherite every 15 minutes. And you select this in the exact same manner. Right-click, set home point. I also want to point out that teleportations to personal houses or friends' houses is also a cheaper means of travel to the areas that actually have housing in them. So it might not make sense to set, one of those original 3 places. Also, as I said, they're cheaper anyways, as a favorite destination because you can not only travel to your house, your apartment, like it's good to buy an apartment in one of those places, you can also go to your friends list, right-click on that person's name and travel to their house and get a much lower rated teleportation there. Pete used to like this is why, so you had your favorite destinations. I would always travel to a friend's house and then teleport to the actual main location because it made it so much cheaper than the $999.
You're forgetting that when I first started playing, I used to take chocobo porters everywhere.
I don't forget that, but and I made fun of you for that, but you made fun of me for this. I'm like, I'm saving way more than you did with your chocobos. Like I was saving 500 gil each teleport at least. So yeah, those are just like some really good tips to help you cut down on your teleportation costs. So yeah, that's awesome.
That's a good one. I had all of mine used up. I can't believe you didn't. You had 1 maybe before Shadowbringers, and then when you registered Yulmore, you had 2.
No, I actually think I thought it came with Shadowbringers. Like I didn't know about this. I somehow missed this one. Even though I host a podcast with my husband where we read all the news, I somehow missed it. There's a lot of stuff.
Well, maybe it was in the game before. Like we were able to have 3 before we started doing a podcast.
I don't know. And KK added one more as well. Self-destruct, free teleport. You die, you return.
And there's no XP loss, so why not?
Just hurt your gear a little bit.
Except you have to have a. I guess you can just suicide into mobs if you're in a high enough place.
But that takes longer, yeah, and like that. No, this is just the easier way to do it. Switch to Blue Mage.
If you have a Blue Mage, you can self-destruct.
Self-destruct and just return. As long as, and hopefully you just keep cheap gear on your Blue Mage when you do it, and then it doesn't matter about repairing it anyways.
All right, Avi, now time for your favorite segment.
It's the tweet of the week.
It is the tweet of the week. And this one wasn't about the game or the show in general, but it's from Extra Life for Kids, which we've done fundraisers for before. And they tweeted out today, on June 19th, 1865, federal troops arrived in Texas to take control of the state to ensure that all enslaved people be freed. Juneteenth honors the end of slavery in the United States and is a time to celebrate Black history and culture. So Juneteenth, I had only learned about this a few years ago, so
Me too.
I thought this is definitely something to
Celebrate,
make people aware of.
yes.
So
Hopefully it becomes a national holiday. I know they are trying to push for that, which would be freaking wonderful.
so something a
Much
little more
deserved.
important than the game. Tweeting about
There's
a game
not much
for
going
for
on in the
nothing
game, you know? Like,
Now it's time for news and notes from around the realm. And I guess you had one that came out today, right, Avi? The Y'shtola action figure?
yeah, well, that's further down. In the...
Yeah, but that wasn't like when I was... My shit ain't actually news.
Oh, okay. So what's funny is right when we started the podcast, I noticed in our Discord that our lodestone channel lit up again, and this exact thing actually got shared a second time. So I meant to tell you to have pictures of it because it's freaking awesome. So Final Fantasy XIV Bring Arts Y'shtola figure. It's called Bring Arts. You can now pre-order it for $85.49 on the Square Enix store. And the description of her is as follows. From her midnight black dress to the texture of its fur accents, our designers spared no effort in recreating these fine details. For example, her ears and tail use the pigmentation already incorporated in the material to bring her design to life. Additionally, we have included a new type of neck joint that allows for a wider range of poses. Her accessories include Nightseeker, a thaumaturge arm that harnesses the power of destruction, as well as 6 different interchangeable hand pieces. This figure showcases Y'shtola's enigmatic charm and would make a great addition to any adventurer's collection.
Does it have Kung Fu grip?
I mean, honestly, if it wasn't for the $85 price tag, this is the coolest looking, figurine I think I've ever seen for me for 14. This is the first one that I was like, oh my gosh, I would want that on my desk. I think she looks awesome. And then I was like, $85. She's not $85 awesome. I'm sorry.
She doesn't look like she stands on her own, though. She's being held up
You're
by...
not seeing all the pictures, Pete. You need to go and look at the actual pictures of her. Like I said, I was hoping to have you see the picture. That I'll share it in chat here, and it'll obviously be shared in the show notes. The different poses they can get for her are very Y'shtola. The way they have the fabric moving on her skirt, it just denotes movement. Everything about her was done really, really, really well. I think she's a really cool looking figurine. I do think it's weird that you have multiple hands, but I get that you can put her in whatever pose you want. But this is a figurine I wouldn't.
This just came out and it's already 10% off. It was normally $95, and now
it's $85.49 is the pre-order price.
Oh.
So if you pre-order it, you save $10 approximately.
Whoa!
Yeah,
What a deal!
It's 10%.
Well,
but she looks amazing.
Yeah, it does look really cool, and
they captured the
I've
detail
just kind of
really well.
stopped being a collector of stuff as of late.
I never collect stuff, so for me to think it's cool looking is
No, I definitely think it's cool, but I've just stopped collecting, so I would not get it.
Well, I guess I'm saying is if I actually collected something, this is one I would actually want. I think this is like I said, I think this is the coolest looking figurine for me personally that 14 has put out. I think she looks really, really, really badass.
Does look really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, as to be expected right now, Avi, there isn't a ton of news going on other than the standard banning of bots posts that they always have on the lodestone. There hasn't, well, when I looked at the lodestone yesterday, there hadn't been a real piece of news. Now, I guess with that Y'shtola figurine, I'm a liar. But there hadn't been a piece of news since Yoshida's letter from the producer on June 4th. And that was all bad news, like NA FanFest being canceled and the next patch being delayed. And it made me think, what was happening about a year ago in game from now, Avi? So I took a look back.
Okay.
At some of the lodestone posts from about a year ago. Off the top of your head, can you think of maybe anything that was happening a year ago? off the noggin?
No, I'm not. My brain does not work that way.
Well, the EU data center was getting 2 new servers. Spriggan on the Chaos data center and Twintania on the Light data center.
So that was a year ago. Like they were prepping for like the World Visit system and stuff.
So
that's not even a year old yet?
If you made a character on either of those servers when they were released, happy birthday! You're 1 year old today.
Aww.
There was a collaboration with the Snow camera app.
Mm-hmm.
I remember
I do remember that.
I downloaded that and then deleted it after about 5 minutes. But you could put what was it? Omega?
It was a Mikote face overlay.
I think there was also like a little Omega sticker that you could add into your photos.
I don't care about that. I like the face overlay things. Those are what are fun. I definitely took one. I think I made Pete take one too. And so we have probably on our Instagram still.
They revised the requirements for the Fate section of the challenge log. Made it a little bit easier if I remember correctly.
Sounds about right.
You could pre-order the Tactical Assault Commander 14 Final Fantasy 14 Edition gamepad, created under the supervision of Yoshida himself. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I haven't heard anybody talk about like whether or not they like it or I haven't heard anything about it since.
I haven't heard anyone say they even got it.
Nothing bad.
Apparently
nothing
they
good.
sold out though.
Yeah. But I haven't seen any. I'm surprised to not see like YouTube reviews on it and stuff.
And about a year ago, there was an Amazon promotion where you could get the Fat Black Chocobo.
I got it.
But really, and I thought you might get this one, Avi, all the news in June of last year was all about stuff leading up to the Shadowbringers expansion.
I mean, I guess I like feel like we've had it longer. Like I feel like the World Visit system has been longer than a year, so I'm not good with time like that. So that's why I didn't realize. You're right. I mean, June, always when info comes out. Yeah.
So, Shadowbringers expansion officially released on July 2nd with early access starting on the 28th of June. It was kind of fun to go back and look at the stuff that they had going on to hype us up for the Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers. They had a screenshot contest where you would make your best Hrothgar and Viera in the benchmark software.
Oh, that's right.
There was an illustrated countdown where they released a piece of artwork every day leading up to the launch. The live letter leading into the expansion was on the 14th, so just about 2 weeks before the release.
Makes sense.
And we got a couple Shadowbringers dungeon walkthroughs. And of course, we had all of our wild speculation. What a difference a year makes, Avi.
And my favorite sound clip.
Yes, I am. Look at my sword.
And the Tom Holland and Hannibal Buress Shadowbringer spot.
I still love that.
Still one of the weirdest things.
I loved it so much. It was so dumb, but it was so great. I loved it. Wow.
What a difference a year makes, Avi.
Except that we haven't gotten a lot of content, so it doesn't quite feel like it. It feels like it's been like 6 months.
Well, a worldwide pandemic will do that to you.
A little bit, yeah.
So yeah, take a look back at everything that you've done in game in the last year. You'll remember some good times. Last piece of news, as a reminder, the Final Fantasy XI collaboration event at Maiden's Rhapsody is ending on June 22nd at 7:59 a.m. Pacific. Get it done now if you want that gear.
That's in 3 days, guys. 3 days.
If you've already done it, you can't do it again.
Right. Did you ever do it, Pete?
I did.
Oh, good. For the first time now. So you can't make fun of me for stuff. Well, you can and you will. It's fine. Whatever. Well, we are like tearing through our content pretty fast.
Through all the content.
Kind of like the game.
I even had to pad it by looking at last year's news.
So then,
Hell yeah. Teach me something, Avi.
I totally was skipping that segment. So I'm doing your extra favorite version of Teaching Pete lore and going back and asking questions that you got wrong.
This is cheating.
Everyone likes it but you.
Have I gotten the last 2 right?
No.
Let's just pretend I did.
No. Do you remember what House 4 Tomp's symbol is represented by?
Unicorn.
Ah, now you've finally learned. You got the first one right because it was related to 10, I think. It was the Yojimbo.
Yojimbo, I got that one.
Yep. So this question was originally asked in episode 170.
Oh my god, that's like 50 episodes ago.
By Roust Protclaw. And the question is, look away. I had it highlighted, which was the answer. What is Y'shtola's family name? Speaking of Y'shtola.
Is
A.
this a multiple? Okay.
You can't do it if it's not multiple choice.
Isn't it?
A, rule. What do you think it is?
Oh, shit. Now you got me confused.
B, Tia. C, Ron. Or D, Bon.
Can I look?
Yeah.
See how they're spelled? I know it's not. Well, I don't know anything. But I'm pretty sure it's not Tia because that's like Graha Tia. I think it's Rule.
Final answer?
Yes.
You're right.
Hell yeah.
Do you see that it was bolded before? Because I forgot to unbold
No,
it.
I did not.
Good job.
I was actually just like looking at Scion stuff earlier, so I was pretty sure it was Rule.
Do you have like your little applause button? I don't know if you have that sound bit. I don't remember. No.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realize that was a sound or applause, but that'll work. So, Pete had to work really late today, and he was asking me to think of some discussion questions. And I'm the sort of person who I don't like being put on the spot. Just to be like, figure out something to talk about. That's not how
Figure it out.
I work. No, I actually like to have a conversation and discuss and come up with ideas. And so I was talking to some friends, and that's kind of when I came up with the question, do you find yourself playing differently than before? Whether like you play 14 or whatever MMO or video game you're playing, are you playing like more relaxing content, more solo content, more difficult content? And I reached out to a few of our listeners and friends and asked their opinions. So I've got their answers here for you. And if anybody's in chat, you know, and you guys want to like come and share your opinion on whether or not you've been playing video games the same way you did before, or if you're playing them kind of differently. I don't know. I'd like to hear it because I know, like, personally, I feel like I've been playing them quite differently, but I'm not going to go into mine until we talk about everybody else's because I've read them, so I don't want to like steal what anybody has said.
And if you want to add to the topic, you can join us on Discord.
Right. Pete, will you share that link? So the first person I talked to, of course, shocker guys, was Hyperpixie. And she said that she finds herself kind of self-isolating a bit unless someone specifically asks her to run something with them. And she's only been wanting to do like solo quest things or relaxing things like decorating her house, which I definitely get and I found to be kind of a common thread from quite a few people. Do you want to read?
I don't myself. I don't do that just because I'm not good at decorating housing. It actually doesn't calm me or anything like that. It annoys me that I can't make anything that looks awesome. So I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go kill stuff. I've been playing more like roulette type stuff. Since I beat 7, I've gone back
but
to.
You find roulette's boring and mindless. So that kind of goes along those same lines of where you didn't do roulettes before because you found them boring.
I've also been trying to make an effort to be the person to ask people if they want to run something. I've been making a more effort to it for the last couple of weeks. Because I used to log on and then I just used to queue for expert roulette. Now I've been trying to get myself to always ask the FC first if anyone wants to go with. So, and it's not like because I never didn't like doing stuff with that. It was just like it's easier. I was a tank. I knew I was like getting a quick queue. I just log on and did it.
You sure you don't want to be an officer in the FC? We need you. A little bit of a content.
They took it away.
No, you said you didn't. We'll talk about that later. All right, Pete, you want to read the next one?
This one comes from our moderator, KK McLeod. World has changed as far as COVID and Black Lives Matter, ? I honestly can't say it has changed for me as COVID didn't impact my life too much. Sure, there have been game delays due to COVID, and that is causing an obvious drop in current logins. This has also led to me continue doing content in Final Fantasy XI. I don't know how to read. I don't know why you made me do this. That I hadn't done before. I also see a lot of 11 returning players and think the current situation has something to do with it, whether due to delays or longing for their days back in the 2000s.
Or just playing content that you have happy memories of that you don't necessarily remember too well. So it's like rewatching your favorite old movies, but replaying a favorite old game.
Watching The Office for the 19th time.
That's definitely a Pete thing.
I can see this, though. Looking for a little nostalgia game you used to like.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s. Was it early 2000s?
Yeah. I've been doing that with the movies and stuff, too, definitely. Like, you do it with The Office. I do it with, like, chick flick crappy movies. I'm a big fan of those.
You had been into Disney Plus for a little while.
I did watch,
consumed all of that content in a week.
I did watch Beauty and the Beast today. Actually, I had that on. Well, when I say watch, it's like the content, the movie you put on while you're working. That's just like background noise. For some reason, when Pete's not home, so you've been gone past 2 days. I need something on TV. KK says the game is now 18 years old, so it would be 2002, and that makes sense for when I started playing it because of when I was in the Navy. Joined in 2001.
And I think Dark Age of Camelot released just a couple months before that.
Is it really? I never heard of it. I never heard of it until I met you. Just saying.
You haven't heard of a lot of amazing things until you met me.
Okay. I'm just kidding. You've got Kookaloo.
I know, everyone loves it.
Everyone.
Everyone.
I reached out to Kookie, who has a podcast, RNG&T, who's a total sweetheart, and she commented that gaming became a time to fill the void of everyday life by playing more relaxing content and just have fun with friends. It's probably why Animal Crossing has blossomed. Many communities, even within RNG&T, Maelstrom Radio, and Moogle Go Round, as well as crossing into the well-known. And for example, sports like the Detroit Lions or esports teams were actually using Animal Crossing to showcase their schedules. It gives a sense of some kind of normalcy. Gaming also gave us the time to explore other options. Personally, I don't play any FPS games on PC, and these past months I've tried out Overwatch and Valorant and grown to love playing just to play with friends in the community. I also want to note that people who you didn't think were gamers suddenly became gamers during this time.
And thank you for that raid, Maelstrom Radio.
They heard their name and then came in.
You summoned them.
I did.
Coming in hot, the raid. Thank you so much, guys.
We were talking about how the way you game has changed with the changes going on in the world, or whether or not it's stayed the same, or it's gotten different, or the content you has changed, the game you play has changed. And so we reached out and asked some people before the podcast.
So I like that answer. She got pretty in-depth in that one.
It was really cool. She actually shared a link with me from the Detroit Lions Twitter about the live in-game Animal Crossing event where they announced their schedule, which I'm not the best team, but it's a really great way to kind of commune with people. And I know sex workers have been using Animal Crossing and stuff, like strippers and stuff are finding ways to still make a living in the way that the world has sort of changed now. And it's so interesting that such a playful and whimsical game has done so much.
Have you heard of, you brought up sports, so now I'm on that, had the NBA's planned for reopening? It's going to be at Disney World, and I guess there's a place that teams can play there, so they're just all going to stay at Disney World and play their games over there. But they came out with this long handbook of restrictions that they have to stand by, and one of them is what are all the players going to do while they're not playing? Well, they're going to play video games.
They were told they're going to play video?
They just know that's what the players like doing, playing video games. But
right.
They had specifics on you're not allowed to wear headphones with the microphone because they don't want you getting your germs on that and then sharing it with someone else. So there's a bunch of restrictions.
But if you have your own headphones,
you weren't allowed to play doubles on ping pong. You could only have single ping pong matches. So
interesting. I had not heard that. Chili just says, I hope they have a fun match versus Disney characters. I mean, it'd be kind of like
players versus mascots.
Kind of like Space Jam, but instead of Looney Tunes, it's the Disney characters.
Fucking LeBron throwing one down on Cinderella.
Be kind of amazing. 7 Dwarves coming at you. All right, speaking of Chili Pete.
Pete?
I asked Chili as well.
Chili says, I don't really think my gaming habits have changed that much, really, but I would say I've played a lot more mobile games, I guess.
Which I actually find interesting, that not only I've been focusing on this one game, because a lot of people have shifted the game that they've been playing, but that his, the type of games he's been playing has been different. And I thought that was kind of a unique answer.
I go through stages with mobile games. I'll find a mobile game and then I'll play the shit out of it for a month and then I'll be done with it. Except for Pokemon Go. That's the longest lasting mobile game I've ever played. And with the pandemic, that's kind of fallen by the wayside.
Yeah, a little harder. Well, I mean, you're supposed to go on walks.
Yeah.
Sitting on your butt. Fenris, I'm so used to just calling you Fenris Wolfsbane, says, honestly, not really. I've still been chugging along in XIV, and when I've gotten bored with it, it's been Dragon Age. Having said that, I can't really think of any calming or calm games that I actually play. The majority of my library is action-based RPGs for the most part. And to further answer your question, XIV has been rather dead lately, and that hasn't been too fun. So I have gravitated toward more solo games, such as Dragon Age, as I said. I've tried to get into ESO, but the gameplay is so vastly different that it made it difficult for me to stick with it. So I have downloaded other MMOs, but haven't really played any of them. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I can definitely get how the gameplay difference in ESO compared to Final Fantasy can be. It's obviously different, but I can see how it can be off-putting. It's
very different. It is very frustrating, and that's why it's actually good to, if you do try a game like ESO, because again, as you guys know, I've been playing a bit more ESO. You need to find your Greenleaf Minute friends. You need to find your friends that will answer the questions for you that you're like not able to figure out on your own, because the game kind of assumes you understand their world and you're able to find those pieces on your own. I actually had someone help me yesterday because I was having issues following a main quest, because they don't make it as easy to follow the main quest in ESO as they do in 14. And he showed me this almanac and he's like, I keep yelling at Pixie to tell you these things. So even though you have friends in game, they may not know to tell you certain elements of the game. So try to find those Greenleaf friends to get some a little bit more assistance. I don't know.
And our friend Emmy said, before COVID and the protests that are going on in the US right now, I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. Lately, though, it's something I only play very occasionally. Instead of interacting with other people on a longer term, I've been hooked on the single-player experience in Animal Crossing New Horizon lately. It's a lot more laid back and open-ended. I don't focus on gearing up like I did in 14. In Animal Crossing, you're just shaping and decorating your island, interacting with animals who are always glad to see you.
Which is nice.
And given all the craziness that's going on in the world and trying to quarantine while keeping almost everything else the same, it's what she needed to balance all the stress. I found that a lot of my Final Fantasy XIV friends have also drifted in that sort of direction. Part of it, I think, is that there's currently a content lull in 14, elongated, of course, because of the pandemic. And thankfully, even though those friends might not be in-game as often, I still interact with them on a regular basis through games like Animal Crossing and through Discord. Chances are, though, when the content comes back to 14, we'll all go back to enjoy it too. And I think that's 100% definitely going to happen. As soon as that patch drops, it's going to be full in Final Fantasy XIV again.
I hope so.
Even if it's just to play through the new main story quest.
I think that, I totally agree. And I think it's wonderful. And so interesting that, like I said, Animal Crossing was mentioned multiple times.
I know when Animal Crossing first came out and everyone was streaming it, you were looking at the possibility of buying a Switch just to play it.
I was really curious about it. And then I kind of mentioned to Pete, I was like, wasn't there a game that was kind of similar to it that you wanted me to play? And it was Stardew Valley, which I know, don't get mad at me, it's not the same thing, but it's got kind of like the same general vibe where you're, taking care of your farm and stuff. And so I played some Stardew Valley, but you guys, I'm so task oriented, like in real life, that kind of game for me is not relaxing because it makes me think about all of the things on my list I want to do to my house and my yard and everything. I have so many constant projects. Like my friends think I'm insane. So that game.
But maybe people don't have a garden and
right.
They want to.
Well, and for people who are not insane list makers who feel like they have to do at least one productive thing each day, if not each day, every other day, then that would probably be incredibly relaxing for them. But for someone like me, it almost like lended this level of guilt of the things that I should be doing that I wasn't doing. So I couldn't like immerse myself in it because I'd be like, oh, well, I actually need to go outside and water my strawberries. So why am I watering these plants in game when I need to go, I don't know. I just couldn't build up my house when I was like, oh, I'm working on my house here. I still got to finish painting the kitchen cabinets. Like, I don't know. There was just, yeah, KK called it, it's a yard work simulator. Like that's kind of how I felt about it. So for me, and even 14, a lot, once you've done all of the story that you wanted to do, a lot of the elements in it can, for like a task-based person, it feels like chores. Like you log in and you have your, okay, I do my leveling, right? Okay, I do this, I talk to my, like, it feels like you're checking items off your list. before you can do the other fun things. You got to do all those like things you want to get done on your character every
I don't
day.
even know what the fun things that you're talking about are right now, though. It's like you're checking these off your chore list to get to the fun stuff, but I don't really know what people are considering the fun stuff right now.
In 14?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the point. That was my next point is, for me, it's the thing that lets me kind of get away is story. And having the freedom to kind of discover. And I think that's why playing different games has helped people. And I honestly think that freedom to discover and to create is what people find joy in Animal Crossing that I view as chores.
The fun content is getting that Eureka weapon, Avi.
And that's not fun for me. That's another chore.
I keep on trying and I get so bored.
So yeah, I'm really looking forward to when there's going to be more story released in 14, because I know that I would love to lose myself in 14 with that. And that's what's been really keeping me from logging on is just it's a numbers game right now. It's like every task that I have to do is somehow based on just numbers only, and I need more than numbers. More than
I
eye
do
level.
want to get that damn Eureka weapon too, though, because I want that Ozma mount. And one of our listeners, Alshon, he's always posting about doing the Baldessian Arsenal runs. And it seemed like fun. They tried doing like an all tank run, which seemed like a lot of fun. So there is stuff that people are having fun with in the game. It's just not for everyone. It's like they always call it a theme park MMO, but it seems like parts of the park are shut down because of COVID right now.
Does kind of feel that way.
Not a lot of. It's just rides you've ridden 100 times.
You're
and
done.
how many times can you go on the
I
Big
know
Dipper?
Splash Mountain is fun, but I don't want to get my clothes wet again. I'm not really feeling that right now.
But in the last couple of weeks, I have been really enjoying just doing roulettes with full like FC groups or friend groups, and that's what the most fun in an MMO is right now. Is just
Yes.
hanging out with other people. It's not necessarily doing the content in the MMO.
I think for me, I need to have the option to do either or, because I'm not always in the mood to socialize right now. Well, just in general. And so like that's why I've been playing more other games, is because I can log on and I know I have content I enjoy doing by myself. And then if other people want to do stuff with me and I'm in the mood to do it, sure. But it feels like 14's like I would only log on and be like, hi, does anyone want to play with me? And if no one does, I'm like, well, fuck you. Not really, but I was like, okay, well then I'm gonna go over there. And I don't know. That's just kind of how. And it's so empty right now that it does that is very common to happen to people.
I don't know if it's necessarily that empty though. Like, how is there still a queue to get in?
That's ridiculous. There should not be a queue.
Is it an artificial queue? Are they just trying to make the illusion that the servers are full?
It feels that way.
Is this on par with saying they have 18 million players? They trying to pull the wool over our eyes?
Oh no.
But yes. You mentioned something, I think. You used the word replay value, or
Yeah.
you used the word replay, and then I associated that with replay value. I don't know what the replay value is in 14 for the majority of people. Seems like once you get through that story, a lot of people take a break until the next piece of story is out there.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the side quests in 14, aside from Hildebrand, they're not very engaging.
Some of the newer ones they came out with in Shadowbringers are cute. They're cute.
Yeah, the Great Serpent of Ronka.
That's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah, some of them were really cute. And KK just offered we can always have a task night, make Wednesdays X Primal run days. No, I don't need more tasks. That's the point. I have enough tasks. I overtask myself. I'm a crazy person.
I like teaching new fights, so if I was able to convince Avi to do that, we could do a Wednesday night stream, but I don't think she wants to do it. I mean, she had fun when we taught her Titania.
It's one task. No, it's not.
But she didn't want to do the next one.
Nope.
She's not in the extreme primal state of mind right now.
I don't it's getting hard for me because I don't collect things to collect things. So if the point of to me, like, I know the journey is part of it, the enjoyment of beating the fight, and yes, that's there, but it's just I feel like I've done it so much, and so like if I don't care about the mount and I don't care about the rewards, why am I like I need one more level.
Reclaim says, most of my SC is currently out right now. The primary reason I'm on as much as I am is I still have a couple of sprouts that just started. Otherwise, I've been raid logging and playing Destiny 2.
Yeah, there's you guys know it's been a long time I've been talking about burnout with 14, and I've finally given myself permission to play other games, which is like a personal issue, and I totally get that. And like, mom guilt trips, carries on. But I love that I found a way. I was talking to Pete, so like I can play whatever game I want, and I'll still log into 14, but I can talk about the podcast, talk about gaming, and still provide the news and give myself that break. And I feel like I'm feeling less resentful for that.
And since I beat Final Fantasy VII a couple weeks ago, I've been going back into 14, and I've been having more fun doing that because I'm just playing with people, doing roulettes. Because before that, I was doing Final Fantasy VII on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So the only times I really played 14 was for raid. And so that's just doing one specific type of content.
Over and over again.
And we weren't really progressing that much until just recently. Now we started to make a little bit of progress, and I was starting to get a little burnout on that.
Right.
So it was good that I beat 7, and then I could get back into 14 and just do a little more shits and giggles, roulettes type stuff.
Yeah. Change it up.
I have even been enjoying MSQ roulette on my warrior and getting those Moogle tomes as well.
I know it's because you're a weirdo. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure other people enjoy that.
But it's kind of fun. You mess around a little bit. It can be fun if you have a Sprout too who's actually commenting on stuff they're seeing, like how cool that is and stuff. So you get to relive it a little vicariously through them.
Like going to I don't know why Disneyland's like the comment of the episode, but going to Disneyland with a kid for the first time, like it's their first time going, and they're just old enough to like be amazed by everything. Like it makes Disneyland more fun because you get to see it through their eyes. It makes total sense to, it's so fun to it's fun to experience something that you love with someone who's experiencing it for the first time and also loving it in return. It's a lot harder when you're trying to share that with someone who you want to love it. And it's like, like sharing Star Wars with your partner for the first time and they've never seen it and you're watching them more than you're watching the movie.
And then their favorite character is Jar Jar Binks.
Right. And it's just like, oh, my heart is just died a little. So yeah.
Mieko says, my FC kind of just told our Sprouts to wait till 5.3 before starting.
I mean, I get it. I kind of get it. Hopefully they get some, quicker and quicker to get through the older content.
But talking about replay value, I'm so damn tired of the Grand Cosmos and getting that in Expert Roulette that it's starting to turn me off from doing Expert Roulette because I've gotten it so many times in a row now, and it's ridiculous. And it's not fun to do over and over and over again because it's the exact same pools. There's no sort of randomness to it.
Cthulhu said, wait, there's other dungeons in Expert Roulette. Do you try like playing different roles? Maybe like
I
healing
can
it.
tank or I can DPS.
Maybe you need to get your healer up there.
You do not want to see me heal a Expert Roulette.
I mean, if you go with friends, that might be a fun way to change it up. Like have your goal be to get good at healing it. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help.
My goal right now is to beat Savage. I don't need another goal. But that's something that I have been doing since I've been logging into 14 on Sundays and Wednesdays again, is for my leveling roulettes. If we have a full group, I've been wanting to go Astro. Because surprisingly, I have my other 2 heals already at level 80, even though I have no idea how to play them.
You're going to have all your heals to 80 before I do. That's funny.
I'm going to have all my heals to 80 before my tanks are to 80. I only got 2 tanks.
What's wrong with you? You don't even like healing.
I mean, they're just easy to do.
Bitch.
It's small brain job.
Oh, you want me to quit this game forever is what you're saying. I see how it is.
But, so that's been fun. Learning a new job has always been fun to me.
That's a good way to change up
I know
the
a
way
lot
the
of
game feels. That's why I said that for Expert, is like it changes up your role, so it changes up the way the game feels.
Some people, I think, take the jobs a little too seriously and they get upset at changes and stuff. I've never gotten upset at a job change in 14, really, I don't think. I'm just like, I'll adjust.
I've been upset about job announcements.
I know. You've been mad at job changes.
Well, they fucked up jobs.
Summoner after Heaven's Ward, I believe.
I know. And so yeah, an energy drain. They fucked Scholar up too. They just really like mess with Arcanist. I think that's what it is.
But I think they need to think of something. I don't know what the solution is. They need to do something to make these dungeons a little more interesting. I don't know if it's as simple as just like adding a different route you could take, so I can take the left fork in the road instead of the right once a dungeon and just switch them back and forth.
Rec Liam says, I've actually gotten to the point where I've started indirectly pulling harder than I should in Expert just to see if I can survive. I think that makes sense. That's kind of like that whole, like, as you get better, you challenge and push yourself. And then, but see, Rec Liam, I know that Pete's already to the point where he's pulling as far as he can.
Yeah, a lot of people just pull wall to wall. You pull until you can't pull anymore.
Yeah, and so, like, once you're going to get to that point, and then at that point, what do you do?
We did Expert Roulette last night with 2 healers, and it went just as fast.
Were they both white mages?
1 white mage, 1 Astro.
So the white mage wasn't actually a healer. I guess, was it Chili?
Yes.
Yeah, boys DPS heart, always. Oh, Ace Kanecki's so mean. Cute flashback announcement that Dancer is DPS. You bitch. I was wondering when there would be a dick joke. Pulte can't pull anymore?
I heard it in my head.
I did too. I know, white mage is not a healer. We all know this.
Only 2 healers in the game. Scholar and Astro.
I had a bad joke in my head. I was like, Scholar and her fairy. But Astro's totally a healer. I don't mean to hate on Astro at all.
Maybe that's why I was good at white mage.
Because there's DPS? Maybe.
I got Aurum Veil as a leveling roulette on my Astro.
Okay.
That was fun. I actually did okay, but you know how there's like getting entranced with your DPS? I did the same thing, just like looking at the
and you forgot to eat the fruit?
HP bars of people. No, I forgot to run away from that counter coin guy swinging.
Oh, yeah.
I got hit by the swinging.
That does happen.
One shot me.
Well, you know, it's cool that you've experienced the healer tunnel
the
vision.
hardest pull in Aurum Veil's the first room, so
that's true.
Got past that.
But that lets you know how, like, in Savage, you can see how healers can get tunnel vision too, like, and miss the mechanics because you're so focused on like this one section. It's not even your rotation. It's like you're focused on this section.
And thank you to Bat Kid. We mentioned at the top he had given out a couple of subs. He's just given, what is that? 5? Oh no, 2 more, and unlocked 5 rewards.
Pete can't count.
Well, there was one that said 2, and there was one that said 5, so I wasn't sure what they were. He unlocked 5 emotes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bat Kid. You are a total sweetheart, and we really appreciate all of your support.
You are so awesome, man. That's a total of 36 they've given in the channel. God damn. Amazing.
Thank you. So what were we talking about?
We're talking about replay value in dungeons, how they need to do something to make dungeons a little more interesting, so I don't want to jab my eyes out every time I do an expert roulette.
He just gave 2 more subs. Yeah, so 5 more emotes have been shared. Thank you so much. I'm like, what's happening? All the dings. Thank you so much.
Ding ding.
Happy Juneteenth.
One of my dings. Ding.
That's like a weird ding to do after that, though. It sounds like a cash drawer, and I don't like that.
That doesn't sound like a cash drawer.
Have you ever actually worked a cash drawer?
Yes.
How old were you?
I think I did at Pubcakes.
That one didn't have the ding. That was
a
cheap one that I could bring with me wherever I had to go.
Talk to me like I never worked retail.
You worked my retail when I was a boss.
Hell yeah, I worked your tail.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Bat Kid. You are
2 more.
Oh, I actually got an emote. Thank you. It's super cute.
Oh wow.
All the dings. All the dings. I want to find my emote. You gotta talk now.
So yes. Dungeons, please, Square Enix.
I got a Penguin Pride emote. My God, you guys, that is magical. Sorry, I love penguins.
Penguin is full of pride.
Pete still hasn't played freaking Lords of Verminion for me to get that penguin minion because I'm never gonna get it on my own.
I thought about doing that actually. I actually played I played 2 games of Mahjong this week since I've been logging.
You've been playing a bit of Mahjong, yeah.
Got second both times. Damn it.
Oh, but you guys don't even understand. he played a game of mahjong, and I was out in the living room watching TV, and he came out, and I had to pause my show so he could give me a play-by-play about what happened with this particular mahjong.
Because this guy won like the first 7 hands, and it was out into a crazy lead, beating me by like 20,000-30,000. And I was making an awesome comeback. I closed the gap to within 2,000, and then this other dickhead kept on losing all his points, and he went negative, and then the game just ends, ruined my chance at my comeback. Damn it.
High stakes mahjong, you guys. Super intense.
Of course I know how to mahjong.
It's like he's been mahjonging a lot, you guys.
Any game I'm into, man. Poker, mahjong, dominoes, I'm good.
Oh.
And 2 more from Bat Kid. Looking up Really Bad Professor and Requiem with a couple of subs.
Thank you so
My
much.
God, Bat Kid, thank you so much.
Very, very happy Friday. The
Some might
emotes
call
are
it
so cute
a
for
Good
Pride Month on
Friday.
Twitch, you guys. So if you guys, anyone listening who's not on Twitch, you guys need to, because there's a penguin pride.
It looks
She's like
there's
got like
penguins,
rainbow
koalas.
flowers or something above its head. It's so cute. I got a little bear with hearts.
I think there's a unicorn.
What? There's a koala bear. I haven't gotten the unicorn yet. I got a paint can, like a rainbow paint can. Oh my god, they're so cute though. They're great emotes. I love them. So what else?
Well, we were talking about side quests. I wish they would just hire more writers to write some side quests. I know they have to like animate everything as well and design it, but please give us some more interesting ones other than fetch quests.
Yeah, well, they've gotten better at it. They have gotten better at them, but I feel like we consume them so quickly. I mean, like the fact that, you know, Raubon Extreme happens, the fact that people get locked behind content on day 1 just shows that like we get this new content and people are so desperate for it that they like consume it all so quickly. So it would just be really great if there was a way to like either like slowly roll, make us consume it less fast, or I don't know, give us more content, which is
another one. And I got a emote this time. Pride World.
super cute. Thank you, Bat Kid. You're just a big sweetheart, big teddy bear. You're a big adorable penguin, which is like a big compliment for me.
So you're mentioning that we just consume everything right away. I think I had an idea a while ago that I talked about, and I think pretty much everyone shit on it.
Sounds about right. It sounds about right. It sounds fitting for this podcast.
Like, I kind of wish Hildebrand wasn't released like this part in this patch, and then you have to wait another patch. Like, if they did put a little more effort into it. I fully admit they'd have to spend more money doing this, but almost kind of make like a 10-episode TV miniseries and release it like 1 episode every 2 weeks or something like that. So you have something to look forward to next week, and it doesn't. No. I like it.
Of course you do. It's your idea.
But I wish. What else do we have besides Hildebrand? Like, I'm blanking on the other side quest stuff that we have right now.
Well, there's just the side
Well,
quests
we
in
don't
the
have
zones.
Hildebrand right now at all.
It's the side quests in the zones.
I'm not really talking about those so much.
Then what are you talking? Those are
Like
side quests.
Arcs, not one that you just finish in 10 minutes.
No, like the serpent one took a lot longer. Then there was the one with the lizard. Goddamn words are what they're called when she was like pregnant and she had all the babies. You had to get her all the food to make sure like she would survive with the babies. And then the beast tribes. Some of the beast tribes. Basically, Pete, you want Hildebrand to be a beast tribe.
I don't want.
That's what you're saying. That's literally what you just said. And
okay. I'd rather have
that.
Hildebrand released as a beast tribe. I'd rather have it released with all the content at once, other than stretching it out over an entire expansion when I have to wait 6 months for the next part and I've forgotten what the fuck happened.
KK just said Hildy is a beast. To be fair, I would join the Hildebrand tribe.
The zombie one?
I mean, either that or make it like replayable. I feel like if you could replay Hildebrand, it wouldn't be like. I know that when a new book is coming out in a series that I love, I tend to go back and reread the previous book, if not the previous books in the series, to kind of like refresh myself, to kind of remember everything that happened. So,
and maybe eventually stuff like that will be added to New Game Plus, because I agree. Like I said, I forget what happens if I haven't done that quest line in 6 months.
Right. Same with like the 24-man raids. It's kind of, KK saying you can replay Hildy.
Maybe it's already been added.
Oh, look at us. We're big fat
Or maybe
liars.
he's going to be like, Yoshi P, you can replay it.
Make a new
Start
character.
a new character.
Oh. No. Not the same.
But since I've played through 4 other Final Fantasies now, in each one of those, after I beat it the first time, like I just got a hold of the systems of the game, like
You finally feel like you really grasp
really
it.
good understanding of it.
Yeah.
And so the replay value is there that you play through again. And
I've been shocked every time Pete has finished a Sunday morning stream and he's beat the game, you guys, he immediately starts playing the game again in his spare time.
Because to me, it's like so much more fun after you know all of this stuff.
Well, plus you also get to like enjoy it for yourself instead of enjoying it on the stream, because there is a difference to streaming something and just sitting back and being able to like look like an idiot and no one's watching you.
If I'm streaming a single player game, it still doesn't really feel like a single player game.
No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I mean, I really like doing it, but it feels different. But yeah, every 10, 9, 8, each one of those, like I felt like it's more fun playing through the second time. I didn't go all the way through again for all of them, but 10 I definitely put a lot of time into afterwards on a second one. I was like, okay, now I'm getting a hang of this shit. And
Aurora's agreeing with you. She says when I'm playing and not streaming, it feels way different.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
feels a lot different. But like I still like both of them.
I just totally got like the urge or the desire to like replay Senua's Sacrifice so I can start it over like by myself maybe. Well, honestly, I just want to play that with a freaking controller because trying to play that mouse and keyboard was infuriating. And so I don't know, I really want to play that right now.
And
I don't record a podcast, but I want to go kill some demons.
And I didn't even like 8 was not my favorite game. I know some people really love 8. That was not my favorite game, but damned if I didn't start over and play me some Triple Triad.
I mean, no shame. You just talked about how much you love card games and games like that.
Yeah. And all of those games have so much more replay value than this MMO. It really feels like the replay value is in doing content with people you like playing with. It's not necessarily the game itself, it's the community. But you have to give them credit for building a community like that and giving people a place to achieve that.
I agree. I can't stop thinking about Senua's Sacrifice now. I'm like, is it still on my PC? I would stream that tonight, actually, if I rebuilt my PC.
Please play that game with surround sound headset.
Only way to play it.
Yeah.
Only way to play it. So intense. Anyways, sorry.
Those are the points I had. Again, my new materia system gets cast to the wayside due to time.
And I have nothing to add to it because I don't agree.
This is why I want you to play 7 so you can understand what that materia system is like.
I'll just watch you play. It's fine. It's totally good. It's cool. He gets so angry, you guys, playing hard mode. It's kind of fun. Now it's time for...
That damn ghoul. Oh, Jesus. I'm stuck on hard mode now. Jesus. Now I'm hard mode talking. Community Roundup, partner.
All right, so this week's Community Roundup is a YouTuber who recently released a video that was so fun. I smiled the entire time I watched it. The YouTuber is called Fluff Stuff. Hopefully Pete will share the link in chat with you guys. And the video in particular I'm talking about is titled Move Your Feet FFXIV. And really, it's just a dance video with all of the characters from the game in it. And honestly, rather than me trying to explain it, one of the commenters described it perfectly, in my opinion. This is from Robo Candy said, "Oh my god, everything about it. I can't even with the Dulia twerking to Alphino breakdancing and Alice towel dance, all mixed in with well done rendering and modeling of the characters and environment. The minions were a very nice touch. I may have cringed a tiny bit with some of them dancing, but it has a charm to it in a way that I could not help but smile. And the ancient one dancing is by far my favorite." So yeah, if you guys are looking for a smile right now, check out Fluff Stuff's YouTube channel because there's some really cute, adorable, funny, silly, wonderful
It was
videos.
very awesome.
It was really cute. And thank you to the person who shared that in Discord. I think it was Mog Moxie. Yes, maybe. No, I don't know.
Just no, maybe so.
No, that's a different one. I don't know where it was shared. But thank you. It was really cute.
Shout out to Discord community in general.
Yeah, whoever shared it. Mog Moxie shared an awesome video of a music video one of their FC mates made, which we should share that next time because it was really good too. All right. Sorry.
Now we got a little bit of listener reaction this week. Our good friend Chili says, after today's episode of She Heals I Tank, I'ma stop calling in, LOL. Make sure to go listen to the episode to find out why. #deep lore. And that's why that episode was called Deep Meats and Sticky Lemonade.
Oh, Chili, I love it. I love when you say things and go, oh crap, because you're just like, you picture like a Lollapel going, I did not just do that, I just did that, damn it. And it's wonderful, and I love and appreciate you. So never stop being you. At Mocha Jones 10 says, despite my atrocious routing in this week's #ALTTPR runs, I love my peeps. Thanks for all the bits and the raids from at DJ_DarkwingD, at She Heals I Tank, at Rathok, and at Rich Plays. Been letting everything affect me. I needed more positivity this week. Plan on being back tonight.
And Supal Swoosh says, at She Heals I Tank, thanks for being super supportive and level-headed at the top of the show, episode 221. Great rest of a show. Thanks for everything you guys are doing. Oh, thank you so much, Supal.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it.
Yeah, for appreciating us being ourselves and trying to make sure we don't write off what's happening in the world because we only are a gaming podcast.
All right, Avi, that's all I got.
You sure? Nothing else?
Only other thing I said is, has anyone spotted the cat in the background? Probably not. But she's been there for a long time. She doesn't move.
Oh, she's right there. Little calico. She looks like a fat cat, but she's not fat. All the colors. All right, so on that fat cat, skinny cat, calico cat note, that is going to be it for this episode. As always, we've enjoyed hanging out with all of you live here on Twitch, so thank you so much for spending your time with us. Be sure to hit that follow button so you'll know the next time we will be going live. And of course, a great big thank you to everyone listening to the podcast through iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, or whatever app you choose to listen with. You really are the reason we keep making episodes. And remember, wherever you do listen, it would mean a whole shit ton to us if you gave our little shit podcast a rating or a review, because it's been a while. Or, just tell a friend to check us out. Here at Vegan Pete, I am Avi Ale, and we will talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.